guys, WolfPup14 here, and it is currently 7:25 in the morning. I wanted to get this done, but I kept getting stuck on a certain round. So I decided to just go to sleep, and now it's the morning. And I actually found out what went wrong. So I had like 17 stitches, so I had to go back quite a few rounds, I believe, to get to 18, which I thought I had 18, but apparently I didn't. And then I realized that here at the end of round 9, what it was telling you was 2 single crochets to 5 times. I thought it was single crochet, increase, single crochet, increase, single crochet, increase. No, it was 1 single crochet after this last leg, the second leg that you've done, and then 2 single increases 5 times, and then 1 last single crochet. So now I have the proper number, and I'm so happy. So I can continue this. I think I stopped when I was trying to do rounds 10 to 13. So yeah, let's go ahead and continue. And I'm going to count again just to be sure. And I actually have 2 stitch markers just in case during that time. So I didn't get lost when I was pulling out each round. There we go. Okay, so this is the start of our next one, and it should be just single crochets. Let me take note of... Hold on, I'm on. Okay, there we go. And I think if I had realized that it was 5 increases in a row the first time, because I did have the correct number, I think it would have been faster, but it's okay. I'm just glad I didn't have to start it over. Bunny is a little bulky over here, but oh, that's because of the increases. Never mind. Hopefully these bobble stitches still look good. This is all I have left of, let me move it over into this, of the yarn that I'm using. Hopefully it'll last. You always gotta double check your numbers. You always gotta double check basically in any round or any pattern, but for these especially. So on round 14, it says we have to start making the back legs, and it says to find the middle. It says to find like the middle 4 stitches here, and then place 2 stitch markers on the 1st and 4th stitch. Basically, what you can do is, what I like to do at least, is just start. It says after you make the stitches, you begin right on the stitch next to it, which is where the placement for our bunny actually is. So let's just start. And mostly it starts up with right-handed, but it's the same if it's for left-handed, and I'm left-handed. So we switch. The camera's inverted, so that's why it looks like I'm using my right hand. But let's try it. keep this stitch marker in until I'm done with this bobble stitch. And the bobble stitch will be big enough that it'll actually overtake 2 places. See here by the pattern, it actually looks like they're lined up, so that's very good. This is the part where it wants you to add the tail, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do that at the end because I find it centers better at the end when you have all the stitches. Sometimes I have to move over quite a couple of spaces to get it right, but I don't think this time. If I do, I'll just edit it out and replace it. Sometimes you can also tug to make them look like, but yeah, I think they're parallel. So it says single crochet 6, change to white, treble bobble stitch, change to the main color you're using, single crochet in the next 5. So if I count that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then we triple here, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. There's only 4, and I've done the pattern right. I've made sure. So if I do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 maybe, and then I treble here, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that might work, but I'm not going to risk it because then it gets really confusing with the color changes. Because actually, when you color change using the method that I use, which is where you switch and crochet with 2 colors at the same time, you actually have to change color a stitch before, because when you're changing the color, in that stitch that you're changing, you still have the main color showing. Let's not get as complicated, so I'm just going to single crochet here till the end. I'm probably going to like mark the middle down, so this stitch right here that I'm crocheting now is where we will want to, I'm going to use an orange one this time, where we will want to add our tail. Alright, let me just make sure. There we go. So I'm going to count the total. There should be 18. Okay, yes, there are 18. There we go. Okay. Round 15 is a lot of single crochets and decreases. So this must have been what I thought last time with round 9, where I thought I was calling for a single crochet and then an increase, but instead it was just increases. Actually, to be honest, I like to put the tail in the way back. Like with, let me pull it up. Like with these bunnies, I did follow the pattern a little bit. Hopefully you can hear me. Like way in the back. Like, actually, no, I think I went along with the pattern of this one. I attached it for the bunny right here in the back. And then one more round of just decreases, and then we get to tie off. I gotta stuff the bunny too. We'll get to that, hold on. I wish I could show you what stitch stitch I was on, but my hands are kind of hiding it. And I do have this setup that I use, but it's really hard to set up, and there's no place where I can set it up as of now. But still hope the video is relaxing to watch. Okay, so I'm gonna go get the stuffing. It's in another room. Alright, here we go. I got my polyfill stuffing. It's the kind I use. It's really interesting to learn that you can't use, that there's a difference between stuffing and beaded stuffing, because you can't use like the little bead stuffings when you're crocheting, because there are a lot more holes. Even though my tension was tight and taut, there are still holes in it, which is natural to crocheting. Let me get a bit more. Maybe I should have done the stuffing in round 4. Maybe just a little bit more. Alright, there we go. Okay. Alright. So, in this next stitch, this stitch with the little stitch marker right here. Okay, good, you see it. You're just gonna tie off by doing a slip stitch right here. Make sure I have enough yarn to weave through. There we go, there we go. And now it's just a game of under, over, under, over. And to close it up, you sew in just the front loops, because there's some kind of magical thing where if you do it in just the front loops, it'll tighten. I don't know why, but it's pretty cool. And you're able to crochet in just the front loops. I made a baby blanket, mostly half double crocheting in the front loops only. There we go. Pull through and then tighten. I'm just gonna poke through here. It's much easier to hide loose ends with thicker yarn. And there we go, we have our bunny body. Oh, I'm so happy. It's so much smaller than the other ones. I've been trying to find a suitable size to make, and I think this is it. I mean, it was probably the most difficult with that little slip up I did, but here's Monster Bunny. Here's Medium Bunny. I should have called it Biggins Bunny. Here's Medium, and here's Small Bunny. Now it's time to work on the details. So it says, oh, ears. I gotta do ears.
Thanks for watching. As always, credit goes to @DarlingMapleDesigns for making this jelly bean bunny crochet pattern. You can find the pattern on Pinterest and Instagram. Go support them. Link to everything I referenced will be down in the description below. Now it's time for some funny bloopers.
So this is all I have. Oh, but it says after you make the stitches, you as you can see here by the pattern, it actually can I make it look like it actually looks like they're lined up. So that's very good. Hold on. No, I was right. No, I was right. Usually I have, and I don't know why, but usually I used to have, see how this pulls? It pulls from this side, the side in front. But I used to have it where it's in the back. So I guess we should have that. Do a practice stitch. No, it comes out that way. Okay. To round 9 where it was calling for. It's really interesting to learn that, hold on, let me get closer just in case you can't hear me. I could turn off my white noise right now, but I'm not going to because then that would be an imbalance in the sound. I think I'm just going to use like a noise cancellation system on Audacity. Come on. It's okay, as long as it doesn't. No! Oh, it's good. Oh no, the head's crooked. There we go. It's like so much smaller. Oh, hold on. Ears. I should have called it Big and Bunny. Ears. Little Bunny? No. Big, medium. Oh,